Hi everybody, I wanted to show you my Torch Cactus. I bought this early last year. It flowered for me last year. It's very easy care and I'm already getting a flower this year and I wanted to show you. This is kept in my west window. Now they do say east window in the instructions, but mine has stayed here all last year when it was very hot in the west window. But we have a hedge outside, so it gets the late day sun. Other than that, it's bright most of the times until it does get some bright, full sun. And I never move my cactuses, and I have a couple here in the window, and I never move them. And I want to show you a close-up before it opens. Plus, all the spots that are going to soon open, these will turn into the same flower. These are babies I took off it when I got it, and they've already grown that big. So it has a long, it's called a Torch Cactus, a long hairy torch, and it will open, and it could open in day or night, but it will stay open one day. But it will be beautiful, and I'll be back to show you when it opens. But all these are also going to be flowers off of this one little cactus. It's quite amazing. Okay, now we're going to go into the other room for a minute, and I'll show you something. It's a little darker in here. I have the blind down, so we'll let the camera adjust. While I open it up and get it in here. I'm having trouble for some reason. There we go. Tighten it up. Okay. Now we're going to go down a bit. There we go. Now this is also the west window, and I always put the blinds down here at this time of the day. And I'm getting ready. Usually halfway I give them a little bit of water. And I just want to show you how I do this. So when I'm watering halfway through, Wednesday is my watering day, and when I'm watering halfway through, I like to use this watering can that it's a glass that I got at the thrift store for $1 because it did have a few little issues that Jack sanded down. That's why it was marked down. So this, all of my orchids are above a little pot that holds water. So all I do halfway is just give them a little bit of moisture to hold them until watering day, which is Wednesday. So somebody was asking how Alfinia was, and she has, let me just put this down. Hi. She had 3 beautiful flowers. And another one coming. Maybe more than one coming. So she got watered Wednesday, and she'll also get a watering. I'll just put her in there. She's in a little, so all I do, now she'll get a 10-minute soak on watering day, but for now, she'll just get enough run through. That's all she'll get, and that'll hold her till Wednesday. And the same with this one. And back here. That's why I keep all my on water. They get humidity from what went through the pot. And then we'll come over here. And just enough that's enough that it wets the bark and it just keeps the humidity into watering day on Wednesday. Now this one has a nice little root coming in there and a nice little leaf. And it will get the same. It will just get a nice, it just helps keep the humidity in. And there's my big lip. We'll give her a little bit. Now I watered, my weed is growing, oh, so good. And it's the first time I've had one I got from Rosemary, so I'm impressed. The system of the water well seems to be working good, but time will tell. And here, this one too, will just get a tiny little, it's in a very small pot, so it will help it out. So these ones here, that's all they get. And I think that's it. So I'm going to say goodbye, but I'll be back when that orchid is flowering. It probably will be tomorrow. Bye for now. This is what I walked out to this morning. I came up the hall. And I looked out the window and it's a beautiful fluorescent. It's not fully open, but I wanted to just share this. Let me just turn it around. It is so beautiful. It is very pretty. So I'll get another quick picture later today. And that's one. And there will be one here and here. And here, these are already growing. And when they get really big, they can have 50 or more flowers on a large torch cactus. So, more back later. Hi everybody. It was my watering day today, and it was my day for calcium, magnesium, and Kelly Magic. And I've just finished. It's 10 o'clock. It took me about an hour and a half because the ones outside, they got put outside again and they just got watered out there, so I don't have to worry about messes. They get a bit of nice sunshine, and then back into the screen patio for protection from the hot sun. We're getting very hot days and very little moisture, which we would love to have. But anyway, let's talk orchids. And of course, I took 2 short videos of my Torch Cactus when it was in bloom. Now I'm going to show you what it looks like. It was watering day today and they got watered too. But it's had it. That's what they look like when they go, and I just leave that because there's a whole bunch more to come. So it's so beautiful to wake up on a morning and see that and have it all day, but by the next day it's gone. Now the bigger cactuses can have as many as 50 flowers. And all the babies that are growing here around my cactus came off of this one last year, because they grow little baby ones, and you can see them hanging in there. And last year I picked them off, and they're already growing really nicely, and I just stuck them on the surface there. So they don't seem hard to look after. I don't really know a lot about cactus, but they had at the greenhouse where I got that one, Mayfair Farms, they had a little event there, and Jack fell in love with this one. He did. He really liked it. And it's a strange one. Here's the tag from it. Kiwi. And if it gets a bit of sun, it gets a beautiful colored leaves. Now, funny thing, I read about this one. It's dormant time. It doesn't need much water at this time. Just little dabbles if you see it feels real dry. So I'm keeping it in this pot for now. I haven't changed any medium on it. The other thing, I don't know how long before it flowers, but apparently when they flower, the plant dies. But I think more come. Well, they must seed also. So that's what I think. Let me know. If you have one, let me know more. So, and the other thing I want to say, many months ago, I asked everybody to say a prayer for Georgia, because she's been a subscriber for many years, but seldom, because of how she watches, she can't leave a comment in the comment section. But she did always email me and was so nice. And I got to know her a little bit. And she was in her 80s and looking after her husband who had Alzheimer's. And I can't give her address, but she lived in Delaware. And I used to hear from her quite regularly, and then she had the hip operation where I asked you to say a prayer. And, you know, you guys might just be subscribers and you don't think much of it. But when you leave comments or you email me, I get to know you a little bit, and then when all of a sudden nothing happens, I worry, because I know she had a heart irregularity and they put her on some pills. And so if anybody knows Georgia and Delaware, how is she? Please let me know, because I guess all of you, you know, I see your names in the comment section, so please leave comments. I love them. And I get to know you a bit. Some of you have a sense of humor. I know how many orchids you have, because over time I remember, and then all of a sudden you're not there, and I go, wow, why? I know we're all getting older, and it's a scary thing. And I realize that too, because with Mom, I'm like her nurse at home, and she'll be 100 in December, and there's always something happened, and it can be stressful, but it's family, and you do what you can for your family. And my mom has been wonderful as long as I've known her, and she's worth every bit of it. And so are you guys, and that's just all I wanted to say. Georgia actually sent me this orchid, and I called it Georgia Pearl. And it's outside right now, but I brought it in so I could show you. And she also, not long ago, sent me 3 orchids. And I picked up this pot this morning. All I did was pick it up, and the thing broke. It's a wonder I didn't drop it. I'm going to have to find a new pot, and it's the same because it's happy in there. It's got a nice little roots coming, and it's just so happy. But I think I may have to find a new pot because this is a little dangerous and maybe more will come off, but it just came off. So she had sent me 3 orchids not that long ago, and let me see, it was April 25th, 2023. So this one's been doing excellent, very healthy. And she also sent 3, and this was also one of them. Phal Sweet, Bang May Sweet from Roehampton. She had got them all from Roehampton Orchids. So anyway, and the other one is over in the other window over there. So I remember these things, and not just because someone sends me a plant, but because you get used to people. So anyway, and see, I'm here. I want to share my Catasedum. Now, I watered it this morning. Let me just get it, and I get a good hold of it so I don't drop it. Now, it's leaning a bit because it's been leaning to the sun, and every day I kind of turn it. So this day I'm turning it this way. So I watered it today, but there is tiny little roots starting to poke through, and it seems very healthy. And it's interesting because this is the one I watered it today, and you can see there's what you call a water well, because this one loves the humidity. And then I just tip it on its side and I drain water from this hole. And I'm thinking of actually trying an orchid that way, with a water well in the bottom. And I'm going to give you a video to watch. I'll leave it in the comment section below the video, of a fellow who said he got the biggest orchids ever and how he's growing them. And then it made me think, because I have another orchid on the patio in a glass vase, much like that one, and it's doing excellent, but I might try with the water well. The water well actually gives humidity up to the plant, and you can drain it as much or as little as you want because you put your holes high. So I'm on the search. I thought I found one, but it was a glass vase. It was real thick at the top, and it went thinner and thinner, and Jack put it on the table. It was fine, and then we heard crack, crack, and it was so thin it actually broke. So I am on the search, and we're going to do a new experiment, which I'm looking forward to doing. And so that one came from Rosemary, and I should also show this one, Sister My Love, Epidendrum, I believe, because I'm not used to these, but it's got some new growth coming, and this little one that fell off, it's just growing really good. And these ones, of course, I've been watering twice because it's been very hard to even keep the humidity at 40% with all this dryness. And so I water, these are all the ones that are getting kind of baby, so I've been watering them twice a week. And even the ones on the patio, because it's been so hot with no cool weather, I've been doing them twice a week, just pouring water over, nothing fussy. So now, my amazing one again, it's showing, it's all this heat. There's like never good humidity in the house. It's like 40% if I'm lucky right now, even with the 2 misters going. I do put them near the misters. And today I'm not misting because it was watering day, but it's getting such a nice healthy leaf coming, and I think things are looking good inside. So, I don't know. It's like you keep thinking, oh, I should cut those flowers off. They've sure been there a long time. And you keep thinking, well, crumb, they almost don't look real. But yeah, they're growing. And they're beautiful, and I love them, so I'm not cutting them off yet. I'm just going to enjoy it. But it's very strange. Very strange. So, that's probably it today, that little catch up. I wanted to share my cactus with you, and that sometimes I know I don't get here as often as I should, but not because I don't want to. I'm doing my best. So I love you all. Please give me thumbs up, send in comments. I love them both. Helps me get out there to help save more people and their orchids. And if you need my water schedule, it's gladly free. I had a little trouble getting it to print and everything, and Jack saved the day. So if you've got one and it was a funny printout system, I think we've got that figured out. I think a computer didn't recognize something. Jack knows. I do not know. So my email, Carolyn, Carolyn, orchidfriends@gmail.com. And I will put that down below. If you want to send me an email, you want to share something fun with me, sure, glad to hear from you. Bye for now.